If you knew that one sentence, just one, could make her heart race and her memory hold on to you forever, would you still waste time with weak lines like, "You're hot" or "Nice dress"? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our channel. Most men have no clue how powerful their words are. They think attraction is all about looks, money, or status. But the truth, the way you make her feel, is what really sets you apart. And here's the game changer. One of the most underrated weapons, you have a well-placed compliment. Think about it. Have you ever seen a woman's entire energy shift just because of something a man said? One sentence delivered the right way can change the way she sees you. Not for a moment, but forever. Today, I'm breaking down 8 powerful compliments that go beyond surface level flattery. These aren't weak, try hard lines that make you look desperate. These are deep psychological compliments that trigger something primal in her mind, making her feel truly seen, respected, and drawn to you on a deeper level. And here's the brutal truth. If you're out here throwing around generic compliments like confetti, you look cute, nice outfit, you're hot, you're just another forgettable guy in her DMs. But if you understand the Stoic approach to influence and attraction, the power of self control, calculated words, and how you carry yourself, you'll realize the real power lies not in what you say, but how you say it and what your words make her feel. So if you're ready to elevate your game, stand out from every other guy, and leave a lasting impression, keep watching. But first, take a moment to subscribe if you're ready to transform how you handle relationships using the power of Stoicism. Every video is a step toward mastering your mindset and building stronger, more meaningful connections. Compliment 1. That fragrance you're wearing is addictive. It smells amazing. Let's start with something powerful: fragrance. Most guys completely overlook this, but if you understand the deeper psychology behind attraction, you'll realize something game-changing. A woman's scent is one of the most powerful triggers for memory and desire. Think about it. How many times has a certain smell instantly taken you back to a specific moment? A summer night, a hug from someone you loved, a moment that felt frozen in time. That's because scent is directly linked to the brain's limbic system, the part responsible for emotion and memory. So when you compliment a woman's fragrance, you're not just saying, "You smell nice." You're saying, "Your presence lingers in my mind even after you've walked away." And that's an intoxicating thought for any woman. But here's the brutal truth. Most guys don't pay attention to detail. They throw out shallow lines like, "You look nice," or "That dress is cute." That. But a man who notices how she smells, the energy her scent carries, and how it subtly affects him, that man stands out because he's present, he's attentive, and most importantly, he's different. And here's where Stoicism kicks in. A Stoic man understands that words have weight. He doesn't speak just to fill silence. He doesn't toss compliments around to gain attention. Every word he speaks is deliberate, intentional, and impactful. So when you say that fragrance you're wearing is addictive, say it with quiet confidence, not loud desperation. Say it like you mean it. Say it like a man who knows his worth and doesn't need to prove anything. And when you do, watch her entire body language shift. She'll remember that moment. Not just that day on, but every time she sprays that perfume. That's not just chemistry, that's psychological attraction. Compliment number 2. Your smile could brighten up an entire room. Let's break this down because this one's powerful and most guys completely miss the depths of it. A smile, it's not just a curve on her face, it's a vibe. It's a frequency. It's an energy that can shift the atmosphere the moment she walks in. When you tell a woman your smile could brighten up an entire room, you're not just complimenting her teeth or her lips, you're recognizing her presence. You're telling her that her energy has impact, that she can change the emotional climate of a space just by being in it. Think about it. Have you ever been in a room that felt heavy, stressed, anxious, disconnected, and then someone walks in with a genuine smile and suddenly things feel lighter? That's not just charm, that's power. And here's what separates the average guy from the emotionally intelligent man. The average guy focuses on looks. You look good, nice smile, you're pretty. But a stoic observant man, he sees beyond that. He sees the effect that smile has on the world around her. Because that kind of smile, the one that makes people feel at ease, the one that feels like sunlight in a dark room, it's rare. And when you call it out, when you say you light up a room with your smile, you're telling her, "I don't just see how you look. I see what you bring to the space you're in." That's not just a compliment, that's a recognition of influence. Here's the cold, harsh truth. Most guys never even notice this. They get stuck on shallow compliments, too distracted by appearances to understand the energy a woman carries. But her smile, it's not just part of her beauty, it's part of her power. And when you see that, when you appreciate that, you're showing emotional intelligence that most men lack. Now, let's tie this to stoicism. A stoic man is aware of the energy he brings. He doesn't need to be the loudest in the room to be the strongest. He operates from presence, intention, and calm control. And when he speaks, when he gives a compliment, it lands deep. So when you notice something as subtle but powerful as her smile and say it with sincerity, she'll feel that. She'll feel seen. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to hear that their presence alone can change the room? A woman doesn't hear that every day, and that's exactly why it sticks. It's real, it's rare, and it's unforgettable. Compliment number 3. I love how real you are. You don't try to fit in, you're just you. Let's be brutally honest for a second. We live in a world full of filters, not just on social media, but in real life, too. Everyone's wearing masks. Everyone's trying to fit in, to be what others want them to be. But authenticity, that's revolutionary. Now, when you tell a woman, I love how real you are, you're not just giving her a pat on the back. You're validating one of the hardest, most courageous choices a person can make today, the choice to be unapologetically themselves. Think about that for a second. While the world rewards conformity and punishes honesty, she chooses to be real, raw, unfiltered herself. That's not just attractive, that's magnetic. Because here's the truth most people ignore. Women hear compliments about their looks all the time. You're beautiful, you're sexy, you're stunning. But when a man looks deeper, when he says, I admire your authenticity, that hits differently. You're not admiring the mask, you're admiring the soul. You're saying, I see who you really are, not who you pretend to be, and that's who I admire. Now, let's get even deeper. Authenticity isn't always soft. It's not always polished. It can be messy, imperfect, and even controversial, but it's always real. And real will always be more powerful than perfect. And from a Stoic perspective, this is gold. A Stoic man values truth, not trend. He aligns with who he really is, not who the world tells him to be. And when he sees that same strength in someone else, he respects it. So when you give this compliment, you're not just being kind, you're being honest. You're saying you don't need to change a thing. The real you is more than enough. And trust me, in a world full of pretenders, that kind of recognition, it means everything. Compliment number 4. I love the way you see the world. It's so unique. It really makes me think. Let's face it, the world is filled with clowns. People living on autopilot, repeating the same tired opinions, following the same routines, blending into a gray crowd of sameness. But every now and then, you meet someone different. Someone who doesn't just accept the world as it is. She questions it. She thinks deeply. She sees things differently. And that is magnetic. When you tell a woman, I love the way you see the world, you're not just throwing out a poetic line. You're recognizing her mind, her lens, her unique way of processing life. You're telling her that her thoughts matter. Her perspective is valuable. And that what makes her different is exactly what makes her unforgettable. That's the kind of compliment that reaches far beyond attraction and creates a genuine emotional connection.